Are we having fun yet? Yeah, that's right. That's right. I would like to say I did not go to the bar at the intermission. I need to be able to host this show for you without taking part in any of the extracurriculars that are going on outside. So, off we go into the second half of tonight's program. Thanks again so much to our sponsor, Webster 5. So far, we have seen 4 entrepreneurs present to the Sharks, and we have 4 more coming to you. But right now, you're going to see a duo come up here to present. And this product is going to help with some of the age-old problems that have often happened in track and field. It's true. These two have a new track and field innovation to replace outdated material. Now we have brothers, one from the College of the Holy Cross and one from Lehigh University, the founders of a company called Market. Would you please welcome Logan and Skyler Mott, representing the College of the Holy Cross and Lehigh University.
Welcome to Market, the mark you won't forget. So, a little bit of context. Track and field is a sport of perfection. In the jumps, 1 inch too close and your jump doesn't count. However, 1 inch too far away and you're at a complete disadvantage from every other athlete in the field. Because of this, track and field jumpers have to mark where they start their approach so that they can be perfect every single time.
Hi, I'm Logan. I'm on the Division I track team at Holy Cross, and I'm a jumper. Along with every other jumper in the world, we're forced to use this, tape. It's hard to believe that for the last 100 years, this is the only product that's been used to mark our approach. And honestly, tape is awful. I could sit here and talk about how tape is bad in so many different ways, but mainly it's just unreliable. When it rains, it doesn't stick to the track, which leads to a lot of inconsistency.
Hey Logan, let me see that. Try this.
Huh. What's this? This is perfect.
That's a Market. Hi, I'm Skyler. I'm a Division I track and field athlete at Lehigh University. I'm also a top 100 high jumper in the United States of America. And I've come together with my brother Logan to create the Market.
This is our prototype. We have a silicone band with our Market pins built into the bottom that you could place into the track and pick up at your own convenience. This is reusable and a better alternative to tape. We also have a customizable aspect, which gives athletes their own identity in track. And when you're done, you can put it on.
So, where's the Market and what's our opportunity? There are currently 60,000 Division I athletes at the track and field, in track and field. Outside of this, there's over 1 million athletes who compete in high school every single year, and over 5 times the size outside of the United States. When you section this down to under 25, as well as specifically jumpers, it leads to about 2.9 million athletes who would be using our product every single year.
After talking to Holy Cross athletes, they all loved the idea and would totally use the project. My bad. 89% of all jumps have been fouls due to the inconsistency with tape this year.
And after some conversations with the Lehigh track and field coaches, it's an absolute hassle to stay after meets to try and clean up the tape. It takes hours.
And talking about professional jumpers, 1/3 of all their jumps don't count at all due to the inconsistency. Now our vision, we want to see Market replace tape and revolutionize track and field. This is our first of many innovations that's going to change track and field forever.
So how do we get there? What's our timeline and what's the go-to-market strategy? Well, first, we're finishing up the prototype. We've been in talks with manufacturers and believe a finished product is going to be ready in the middle of April.
Then we want to target early adopters and reach out to big names in the track and field world, as well as use our connections with their teams and track.
After that, we target through our online sales and our TikTok market. Through our combined following of around 15,000, we believe this is the perfect place to start.
And now this summer is huge for track and field. The 2024 Olympics are coming up, so we want to go around and create little pop-up shops and sell these hand by hand.
So, what have we done so far? Well, of course, last week we were awarded the grand prize at the Cross-Tank concept stage for Holy Cross University. We were also awarded with the audience favorite. Now, since then, we pitched in a Lehigh University Eureka competition, where we were also awarded the grand prize. We've also worked on our prototype, we've met with a patent lawyer, we have a potential connection with Saucony, and most importantly, we're looking to sign a letter of intent for our first 500 products. This is huge for our market. Now, what are we asking for? Well, after the talks with the lawyer, our patent cost is looking to be around $10,000. Now, together, we've been able to come up with the first 5,000 of that, so we're looking to support the back half of that innovation.
We're also looking for advice and support in manufacturing. Right now, we've been talking to manufacturers outside the US, but we would love to find something in the US that can mass produce our product, because right now we're making everything by hand.
We're also looking for connections to retail stores, help filing the business and LLC, as far as any guidance that you guys can look to provide. Now, I just have one question for you. Are you ready to market? Thank you.
Logan and Skyler Mott. Sharks, are you ready to market?
All right, I'll take the first question. This seems a little hard to get a patent. I mean, competitively to somebody. It's so simple, it's awesome, but what was the first reaction for your patent attorney when you spoke to them?
Yes, so the conversations were regarding what exactly we could patent, whether it was utility or just provisional to help keep us safe for the first year or so. We came to the conversation that because the market pins are customized and specific to our brand, that there would be a possibility in getting a patent for that. We would be able to show you that, but for public domain reasons and protection of the product, we didn't actually bring the pins just to
What
keep the
do you
product
mean
safe.
by pins? Because this just looks like a slap bracelet to me, so
Right.
I'm trying to
And that's-
understand.
yeah.
Right, exactly. So within the bracelet, there are pins embedded and built in. We didn't bring that full product because of the public domain reasons, and we didn't want to get in trouble. But that is what we're working on. That's what we have developed,
Sorry
and
for it.
that's where the patent comes into play.
that was exactly where I was going with it.
Right.
Perfect. Okay, that was my first question.
So I have a question. What the hell happened with Lehigh Lafayette this year? So I'm from Bethlehem, so I mean, literally, I mean, you came down a few stages. I'm kidding. So that was football. We're not talking high jump, but I do want to know what happened there. I guess for me, so first of all, is this legal? Like in the high jumping? So why hasn't people like taken a Sharpie and written lines and things like that? I'm just trying to understand. Has people done anything other than tape?
The only other solution people came up with was chalk, but facilities started to ban that, and rain also washes away chalk.
Sure.
So right now, tape is the only thing used, and I've personally had like a lot of issues with tape. Like I've gone to other people's mark because everyone just has a piece of tape lined up.
Sure. So just really a quick follow-up then. So the field is open for other solutions, and there's nothing precluding from kind of the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say current alternatives as far as tape, they'll take a pin and they'll stick it into the tape, and they'll try and do something like that. That's kind of where our solutions come into play and start to be learned, rather than having to bring everything yourself, having one product that can solve that
That's
for
helpful.
you.
Thank you,
So they
Skyler.
try and create things, but nothing is set in stone.
So what's your intended approach to the market? I mean, you talk about every player can buy them, whatever else. Would it not be better, to start with all the coaches or a school? For example, Holy Cross and Lehigh.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out, because once the coaches adopt it, they'll all start adopting it, right?
Exactly. So there's a few methods to our go-to-market that we think work very well. Starting with us, obviously, we are Division I athletes. We compete at a very high level, and we compete with 30 to 60 plus athletes every single weekend. So when we're using a product like this that stands out, that's very different from a white piece of tape, people come up to us. When I use it in practice, my teammates come to me, what is that? Why are you using that? Where can I get one? And it's that simple, it's that easy. So outside of that, we are looking to target coaches and schools and universities. He had mentioned that we're looking to Holy Cross, of course, Lehigh, as well as our local high school that we went to help start the product and get it there as its first stages.
Okay.
But we think there are multiple different routes that we can go down.
So you haven't necessarily mapped out the approach, like I'm gonna start here, we're gonna do this, or,
Well,
I'm
this-
just curious, it wasn't up in the presentation.
Right. The start being Holy Cross, Lehigh, Friends Academy, which is our high school,
Okay.
and targeting them and talking to them. But yes.
It feels like in any sport where you're jumping, like making sure the approach is ready is very important. So can you guys walk through the numbers in terms of how many could you sell if you're selling to athletes or you're selling to schools? What does that look like? What do you make it for? What, or do you know yet what you think the cost will be? What do you think you can sell it for? I'm just trying to understand the market.
Yeah, right now we can make it for about $3, and we're looking to sell it from anywhere 10 to 20, maybe 30. And it's the market's always growing. There's always going to be track athletes, especially outside the U.S. It's a huge platform.
Right, and to play into that, there's the identity that the band brings and that the market brings. So when you look at other sports such as basketball, when you have a career high night, you play the best game ever, you take the game ball with you. Currently in track and field, that doesn't exist. You have the best performance ever, and you take away nothing but a memory. So we believe that market gives you that opportunity. It gives you that piece to hang up on the wall, that piece to remember past that meet and past your so-and-so career. So we think that the opportunity is there and that people will want multiple to bring those memories.
So I guess from my perspective is, and I don't mean anything pejorative by this, but the slap bracelets, like there were 1,000 manufacturers that did them. So, I mean, do you honestly think, and I know the conversations are nascent or very, very early with the patent attorneys, but I guess I struggle in terms of somebody that creates an orthogonal product that maybe doesn't have the pins and things like that, but still achieves that same result. Then how do you own it, or what is your vision to own that particular market if you have some cheaper knockoffs that aren't as great as everything you're telling us about the product?
Right. What I think is great about us is going to be our brand identity. So similar to other products, let's for instance Google. When you go to search something online, what do you say? I'm going to Google it. So you're going to mark it. That's what it is. You're marking it. That term is what it is. When you go to mark your approach, you say, I'm marking my approach, I'm going to market.
So is that trademarked?
We're working on it.
All right. The Sharks will discuss among themselves. Skyler, you are the older sibling, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and did the two of you help each other with homework along the way? Did he help you out? Now you're going into business together here.
It was more fights, but
Yeah, that's the way. All right. That's great. And so how did this come about between the two of you? Did you say, look, we're both Division I college athletes. We need to partner up on this. Otherwise, one of us is going to be much wealthier than the other brother, right?
Well, I mean, we were thinking about the idea of brainstorming for a long time, and then my first year, competing collegiately, I went to I had a chance to go to the championship, and I had all my jumps just not count at all because I went from someone else's mark. So
you
from
referenced
then,
it 89%, and that figure was of Holy Cross jumper. 89% of the jumps do not count because of the fact that there was a foul on it.
Yes.
My goodness, wow! That is something that no one would ever believe if you told them that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
That's incredible. All right, the ask is for $5,000. There is a long discussion about this as you bring the market to market. And I loved the comment that you had about how in a track and field event, you don't have anything to bring back with you. You know, we're watching college basketball and they're cutting down the nets, and there's absolutely nothing that you get at the end of a track and field event to bring home to you. So maybe it's the market, but let's ask the Sharks first. They're asking for $5,000 for market.
So I think for me, I like what you guys are doing. I think there's a lot more that you can do with it in branding it and those things. I think for me, I don't fully know the market. And so for me, I'm having trouble making the jump. So I'm going to be out.
Wow, that was doubly bad. Wow. Oh, Brian is out. Can't make the jump. All right.
We think it has enormous potential. Very leery about whether we're going to be able to own it because of the slap bracelets, because it's going to, I don't know, what's to keep Nike from coming and doing their version or whatever. But we certainly want you to be able to explore the possibilities. So we're looking at combined 1,500 just to get you through the patent attorney. And I believe actually, Zach, I'll not try to jump ahead here, but we may also have some legal support that would maybe help jump in on
And
some
I'm
of
fine
that.
to help with that as well with my connections on the IP
So-
side.
Thank you.
So it's kind of in kind plus about 1,500. We want to at least see if we can get you to that point.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Mark and Margaret are combining on $1,500 investment for Market. And thank you so much to